What is up, guys? It's your boy, No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the 2 Minute Drill. But guys, today we're gonna start doing something completely different. Um, what I'm gonna start doing now is it's still gonna be the 2 minute drill. We might, rename it or something. But what I'm gonna start doing now is I'm gonna bring you even more better, educational, more value to you guys. I'm gonna go through all three cash ETFs that we can trade options on for the most part that I believe still will yield great results. Incongruent to SPY. We'll do the SPY S&P 500. We're gonna do the QQQ, and we're also gonna do IWM. So we're gonna hit all three of the main sectors. I think this will be good for us to have three different cash ETFs with three different trade plans to trade every single day, so we don't get stuck. When you've got something like SPY trading in this absolute disgusting price action, all the while, right? If you go look at QQQ, I mean, it's in breakout mode. It's just higher highs all the way up, right? And then if you want to understand how all this moves with IWM being the Russell 2000, basically any small cap stocks, right? So you can get a good understanding of what the market, what it means to understand what IWM is doing as well. So guys, if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. This is completely new. Haven't done this before, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Obviously, you guys are going to see here, as someone that trades SPY SPX options, and I trade ESF futures, which is just the S&P 500 futures. Obviously, my SPY chart is going to be well decorated, right? I mean, very well decorated. So you're going to be like, wow, what the fuck? That's a whole lot of shit in there. Like, okay, obviously the QQQ and the IWM chart, that's not QQQ, that's QQQ. And the IWM chart going to look a little cleaner, obviously, because I've only really put in meaningful levels for us that are really in the range or in the balance area that we're in, right? So moving on from here, but all of these charts, hopefully QQQ and IWM will get very decorated as well, just like SPY, and we'll be crushing it. As you can see, right, we had some sideways movement, but we're starting to break out here, whereas SPY's really bugging behind, become very difficult to trade. It seems like QQQ has had some great moves, a lot more fluid, right? A lot more fluid and natural movement to it. Since we're already watching, the Apples, Amazon, Googles, Microsoft, Teslas, AMD, NVIDIAs, we're already watching those stocks that are in the S&P. Now with all this bank trouble that's going on, XLF's been kind of all over the place. That's the financial weighted sector. Why not look at QQQ as well, that we already are looking at SPY and all the other, mega cap stocks that make up all the tech sector within the S&P and also then within the Invesco QQQ. So guys, like I just said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you should. It's a free channel. Great content, great people here. Everyone is here to learn. That's it. We're here to teach you guys. We do every single day. I've been doing the 2 minute drill for over a year now. Every day, one buy and one sell level. Now we're going to add QQQ IWM to that mix. Okay, moving forward. So it's going to be great stuff. Subscribe, hit the like. Guys, if you're in the Wolves of Wealth Discord community and you trade live with us every day, first off, welcome back. Thank you. We talked about this today, and now you're going to get it today. So I'm happy you guys are rocking with us. I also ask all of you guys, if you aren't already, guys, hit the like and the subscribe button. You better turn the notifications on. You get them in the Discord, but why not get them coming from YouTube as well? So I'm really going to look for this like function to be just blown out of the water on this video. Guys, if you don't know and you're tuning in for the first time, or maybe you're newer, the 2 minute drill was like the 2 minute drill that you would do going into the fourth quarter. You need to go score in the score a touchdown, or there's 2 minutes before the half, 2 minutes before the quarter. You just get a really quick, in-depth play-by-play where you're going to be able to buy and sell one level the next day. You're going to be able to score some points. We're not looking to hit a home run. We're not looking to win the game. We're looking, hey, where can I set myself up going until tomorrow to understand this is a level I'm going to look to be a buyer at, this level I'll look to be a seller at, or vice versa, whatever the trend is going on there. It's been very successful. We've grown the channel a lot, and lots of great feedback, lots of people making money, just off these very simple buy and sell levels, right? So now, right, I used to keep the video at about 2 minutes. Obviously now adding 2 more tickers, look to have these probably between 5 and 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Sometimes I go on a rant. It's like a little fucking TED talk in here, a little motivational speech for you guys. Sometimes you need to get your ass handed to you by me to fucking turn the ship around or whatever, right? That's how I was brought up, competitive nature my whole life. So I like to share it like that with you guys. Real, no bullshit mentality. I'm just going to give it to you straight. Not going to put any fucking rainbows and butterflies around it. I'm going to tell you what it is, how it is, and how to fucking get better from it. All right. Without further ado, though, thank you guys for tuning in. Look, let's see what we got tomorrow on the docket for tomorrow. Also, this U.S. economic this U.S. economic calendar. I used to use it. Been using it for fucking years. It's bullshit now. I fucking hate it. It does not have all the stuff you need on it. It especially doesn't have like when Fed speakers are talking on with all these fucking dumbasses get interviewed all the time for no fucking reason. It only matters what Powell says, but these guys like to pop up interview and build their social fucking cred or whatever, their Instagram follow. I don't fucking know. They just want to be famous. I don't fucking know. But what they say is fucking irrelevant. The only thing that matters is what comes out of Jerome Powell. That's Daddy P's fucking mouth every day. And he only talks every like 6 weeks. Actually, I think it's like whatever. When you testify to the Fed sometime or to the Congress, and then he talks at the FOMC, and then he might do an interview for some fucking really high-end college or some, forum or something they're doing with, economic outlook, whatever, right? He doesn't talk much, but when he does, you got to fucking pay attention. All right. So I will be moving over to just using investing.com. It's very great, but it also gives us the whole entire world. It's good to know, hey, is the ECB going to be raising rates? Is they have a decision coming out? Is their CPI coming out? We'll need to know what's going on with the rest of the world, right? Although it's important to know what's going on domestically in our country if you're in the United States. Okay, obviously, but we also need to know what other big economies are doing. China, Europe, et cetera, especially anything to do with the ECB. Okay, nonetheless, though, tomorrow, guys, pre-market tomorrow, we got Mester speaking. You can see it right here. We have core retail sales that comes out an hour before market. This is Eastern Standard Time here. I think we have retail sales minus autos here too. Going into the morning, then we have, I believe, into the morning, 30 minutes after, you can see right here, 10 a.m. Got the NAHB housing market index. That'll be important. And then we have a Lagarde speaks to the ECB president. Good to know if he's going to be on. Right, then we have another Fed speaker. So, guys, big day tomorrow. Bostic speaks. I mean, that all day long is shit going on, so you need to make sure you know. But I think the big thing will be that 30 minutes in when, if you're not a futures trader, you can't trade pre-market on any of these indexes, right? Because you can't trade options in the pre-market. Some brokers you can't SPX. Anyway, not to get too far into it, but you can't really trade anything else besides those big indexes. Anyway, you'll need to know, if you're going to look at any fucking data that's coming out 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is the NAHB housing market index, and you'll want to pay attention to that. Why it's very important to know what's going on in the real estate market. All right, now to the charts, guys. It's going to be a little longer video, but I had to give that intro to you guys. Appreciate you staying tuned. Look, 2 fucking gaps here on SPY. Okay. Frustrating, right? Really frustrating action today. Friday and today. I mean, I think everybody wanted this gap down here. I mean, everybody wanted. We gapped up, we sold off, but we've done that how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row now. 4 days in a row. You get to sell it open, and then you get the most painful grind higher. And that happened 4 days in a row now. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me, one, we're still in this fucking balance zone, right? The market is still balancing. You can see it here. Whoa, you can see it right here. Sorry, guys. The market is balancing. It's really been balanced. I mean, a little bit tighter. You could say it's been this like 406 up to 413, 414, whatever. But I mean, now that we have this huge double bottom down here at that 404, you could say it's all the way down. You can see this nice balance zone in there. So we're going to break. It's going to go. We're either going to get over 416. And more than likely at this point, we have enough accumulation if it's going to be a breakout. That's what this is. This is accumulation, absorption, whatever you want to call it. Here, or it's distribution, and we head lower. We won't know. We either break under 404 and head down to 401.50. 398.50 has a gap down to 396. We're happy to have the 200-day moving average there as well. Or we get above, we break above this entire last week. The previous week high, right, was what? 414.50, but we have this gap to fill up here at 415. So I think the safe play is the 415 break and hold. Okay, I'm skeptical of being a long up here, especially when it's at the open, because we've just sold off every time. So if you want to stay patient, you want to look for this 415 break and hold. And if that goes and we make a higher low above there, right? So let's say we break out, or let's say we hold tomorrow this 410, right? You could take calls off that level, but breaking above the previous day high, I really think the previous week high, 414.50 area to 415, that break and hold up there, you'll want to take that long. Target 416, then 417.50. We have a couple gaps above there. You can see them at 420 to 421. After that, you look at 425. That's if we get up there. Break below now this previous week low, which happens to be Friday's low of the day as well, but we can just get rid of this. Previous week low, call it 409. We've been bouncing between 409 and 410 last 4 days. If we break below that, target gap fill down 407.50. Below there, take it to 404. That's it for the spiders. Look at QQQ, Invesco QQQ. I've traded this maybe a handful of times. They've all been fun trades, successful trades, but really here, guys, let's zoom out here for a sec, right? Look how clean that's, oh, got the right chart. Sorry. Let's look how clean this is. Let's look how clean this is, right? We made lows back. This was the CPI gap down. I believe that happened in October for everybody. Look at every SPY chart. They had the gap down, and then we, pretty much holding the 61.8 level, which is the fib from the low of the pandemic initially to the high in 2020. Okay, now look, we are just trending and making higher lows. SPY's been trading in a fucking ugly range. Look how this clean this QQQ. If you're an 821 person, that's what these red and yellow EMAs, 8 being the yellow, red being the 21 EMAs. I mean, look how nice a trend has been. If you're a MA person, 20 MA is the green dotted. Then you have the 50 MA. It's the purple. 200 is down here being this, I don't even know, teal, whatever you want to call it. But look, doesn't it look like to me, if last week's high 327 gets taken out, there's a gap to fill all the way up 331. You got a nice 4-point breakout to the upside here. So plan for me tomorrow. Okay, plan for me tomorrow is to look, do we get a break and hold over 327? Call 327.50 to play it safe. You want to push through a higher low here, get higher. Okay, that would be great. If not, 324 seems to be this bounce demand zone, which was previous supply, then turned into demand. Okay, then turned into demand. Now, if you zoom back out here, look what all QQQ did was make this balance zone in here, right? From about 310 all the way up to about 320. So huge balance area. Really was this level 313. Okay, but we had a huge bounce off this bottom. So I'm going to count that as some balance and some demand down there. But you can see this, how big this supply was, the top of this balance. It was this gap fill. All we did was the supply demand flip. Once we broke above, back test here and hold. 321's been holding. We're Ripper Magoo. How are you? Now look at 323 for any back test that's held all last week for the most part. And then you want to take the break and hold 327. 327, 327, break and hold over that. Then you target this gap to fill up here. 331 will take it to 332, 333. From there, love the Qs, very strong right now. Okay, on to IWM, Russell 2000 small cap stonkies. Okay, not as strong, right? Really in this balance zone. You can see the lows of this CPI print down here on IWM, and we really haven't, like, only about 10 points off these lows, right? 163, we're sitting at 174, only 10 points off. How far is QQQ's off its lows, right? Lows down here was what, 255 or 220, excuse me, 326. That's like 70 points off the lows. And SPY is what? I think 350 was the low. Call it 349. Great. And we are sitting call it 350. We're sitting at 413. That's 63 points off the low. So the Russell IWM is very much, is it leading? Is it not? Is it lagging? I don't know. It's just in this balance range. I think all last week it really couldn't get through this 376. It happens to be this 50 MA if you're an MA person on the daily here. As you can see, a little zoomed in. Let's get out just a tad here. Okay. So for me, I think it's simple. If we reject here, that's great. But a break and hold over 176, take the higher low, target 177.50, then target the top of the balance at pretty much 180 even. If 180 even goes, look at this gap to fill up to 181. Now, if we fail this level, you could easily see a shift back to where this 172 area, almost to the bottom of this gap fill is at 171. Bottom of the balance is 170. Okay, 170 about roughly. But I think tomorrow, right, holding up here, okay, you could see QQQ and SPY look like they want to go to the upside. So if IWM wants to follow, if IWM breaks and holds over 176, it's more than likely you're going to want to take calls on SPY or QQQs. That means investors are risk on if they're buying small cap stocks that maybe are just safe, a little more volatile, a little more speculative, whatever. Okay. They're buying those up and you've got buyers there. What do you think they're doing with QQQ and SPY, right? So look at 176 tomorrow. That'll be your game plan, right? It'll get you above this 50 MA. It'll get you into this breakout zone here above last week's high. We'll break and hold higher low above. We'll take you up to 177 to 180 above that. All right, guys, that's it. How'd I do? We went over 3 different stocks here. We did some economic data. Comment below. If you love this format, you want to keep it and not just do SPY, that's great. I want you to comment below. Give me a thumbs up, say keep it. If I suck, tell me to fuck off. I don't care. Okay. If not, guys, hit the thumbs up, comment below, hit subscribe. And I appreciate you guys for the constant support. Okay. And I'm always going to end every single one of my videos like this. Okay. You have to